We're going to start stood up today. So tonight's class is a little bit of moving through all the key areas of the body, a little bit of balance. We'll see where it takes us. So starting with the feet either hip width or a little bit wider on the mats, and take a nice gentle bend in the knees. As we inhale, we're going to open our arms out to the side, really opening into the chest. And then as you exhale, squeeze the hands back together again. So inhaling to open, and exhale, squeezing the hands, squeezing the chest muscles. Inhaling to open, exhaling to squeeze. Good. Then a little bend in the knees to go with that. So bend as you open, and then have a little squeeze up and in as you come back. So inhale and bend into the knees. Exhale, squeeze it all in and up. Inhale, bending into the knees, opening the chest. Exhale, squeeze it in and up. One more, inhaling to open. Exhaling to squeeze. Good. Right, release the arms down by the sides for a moment. I'll show you the next one. So the next is a nice noisy breath. It's a fun breath. So we do 3 small inhales and then a great big long exhale. So we inhale the arms up to shoulder height. We do another inhale as we open them out to the sides. We inhale them up above our heads, and then we do a great big exhale, nice and noisy, as we fold into. So inhale to the front, inhale to the sides, inhale above the head, exhale to bend and fold. Inhale shoulders, in, 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 in. One more. And then just come back up to standing. Great way of getting the body moving and getting the energy moving in the body. So take the feet slightly wider, toes pointing out towards the corners of your yoga mat, and just take a nice bend in the knees. Taking the hands onto the knees. We'll do a few rounds of cat-cow and goddess. So as you inhale, really stretch the chest forwards and stretch the tailbone back. Then as you exhale, tuck the tailbone out under, drop the head down to the chin down to the chest even. Inhale, stretch that chest forwards, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, round through the back, tuck the tailbone under. Inhale, stretch the chest forwards, take the tailbone back, look up. Exhale, curl through the tailbone, pull the tummy muscles in, drop the chin to chest. Inhale as you come forward, stretch that chest forwards, reach the chin towards the sky. Exhale, curl through the spine, round through the shoulders, tuck the tailbone under, keeping our balance as we're here. Inhale, stretch the chest forwards. Exhale, take it back. Inhale, stretch it forwards. Exhale, take it back. Last one, inhale, stretch it forwards, and then exhale, round through that spine, pull those tummy muscles in, and then come back up and give those legs a little kick, and then we'll take them wide again and come back down into our goddess. This time our hands are going to our head. We're going to work through the side body, so take a nice big inhale at center. Exhale, take it to one side. Inhale back through center. Exhale, take it to the other side. Inhale through center. Exhale one way. Inhale through center. Exhale the other. Inhale, center. Exhale one way. Inhale, center. Exhale the other way. And then stretch it up to the center. Give those legs a little kick around. Okay, then take them wide again. Take the hips down into your goddess pose, hands to knees. This time drop one shoulder into the side, stretching down the side body into a gentle twist. Inhale through center, exhale the other way. Inhale through center, exhale twist one way. Inhale through center, exhale twist the other way. Inhale through center, exhale twist. Inhale through center, exhale twist. And then come up to center, stretch the legs, heel toe the feet towards one another. So very similar to our normal warm-up, just balancing in goddess instead of on our hands and knees. So feet hip width. Inhale the arms up above the head, looking up, really stretching up towards the ceiling. And then as you exhale, take a big bend in the knees and let the torso fall over the thighs. From here, as you inhale, straighten the legs, reach the crown of the head towards the floor. Then as you exhale, bend into the knees once more. Inhale to stretch, and exhale to bend. Inhale to stretch, exhale bend. Inhale stretch, exhale bend. Then roll it all the way up to standing with the head coming up last. Good. Now take a nice wide stance. This time we want the outside edges of our feet to be parallel to the ends of our mats, unless that causes you any pain in your sciatic nerve or your lower back, in which case just take the toes out slightly. Really ground down through the feet, feel your feet on the mat, and feel where your weight is distributed best. So take the weight into the toes, take the weight into the heels, and then find the sweet spot somewhere in the middle. Really press the outside edges of the feet into the mat. And then hands on hips, keeping our back as straight as possible. Engage the legs so they're nice and strong. And then simply pivot from the hips as far as you can whilst keeping your back straight. Keep the head in line with the spine, so nice long neck. And then once you can't pivot anymore, drop your hands down towards the mat. Notice whether the weight in your feet has changed position. If you moved more into your heels as you've brought your hands down towards the mat, or maybe more into the toes. Try and find that sweet spot again. And then allow the spine to curve and bring the hands down onto the mat to wherever's comfortable for you. Maybe the hands are just underneath your face. Maybe they're in line with your feet. Maybe you're reaching your hands through underneath your legs, stretching the crown of the head towards the floor. And take 3 deep breaths wherever your hands are. Try and relax the shoulders away from the ears, letting the head hang nice and heavy. And then walking the hands back underneath the face, bring them out in front of you, as far as you can reach your hands forward without falling forward. So we're kind of in a wide-legged downward facing dog, if that makes sense. And then take the weight in the heels of your feet and just lift your fingertips up off the mat a couple of millimeters. They're just hovering. Really engage those legs, make the legs really strong. Pull the core tummy muscles in, and then place the hands down on the mat, walk them forwards, and just stretch your hips forwards into a wide-legged plank. Press the hips back up, walk the hands back in slightly, take the hips back, so we're in our wide-legged downward facing dog, And then very gently float those fingertips a couple of millimeters up off the floor. Engage the legs, pull the tummy muscles in. Hold for one more breath. And then drop those hands down, walk the hands forwards and stretch the hips forwards into a wide leg plank. Excellent. Then take the hips back up towards the sky, walk the hands back in. So we're now standing on our feet, nice wide legs, hands underneath the face. Take a nice big inhale, and then as you exhale, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling into a twist. Inhale that hand back down, and then exhale up to the other side. Inhale the hand down, exhale, twist one way. Inhale the hand down, exhale, twist the other way. Inhale the hand down, one more each side. Exhale, twist. Inhale the hand down, exhale, twist. Inhale the hand back down. Take a nice big bend in the knees, maybe taking the toes out to the side slightly. Hands on knees and push back up into your goddess pose. Little stretch down either side of the body, just dropping one shoulder in, dropping the other shoulder in. And then squeeze everything in and up, reaching up, looking up, and then hands back to heart center. Beautiful stuff. Drop the arms down by the sides, come to the tops of your mats. Feet hip width distance. Inhale the arms up above the heads, reaching up, looking up. Exhale, folding forwards, nice big bend in the knees. Inhale, half lift, long back, long neck. Exhale, fold. Take the left leg back. Inhale the arms up above the head into our crescent lunge. So keep the legs nice and strong. Inhale, reach the fingers up towards the ceiling. Exhale the elbows down into cactus. Inhale, reach the fingers up. Exhale, back to cactus. Inhale, reach the fingers up. Exhale, back to cactus. Inhale, reach the fingers up. Exhale, float them down towards the mat. And then step back to plank. Take the knees down to the mat. Take the chest and the chin down to the mat. And then wiggle it forwards into Sphinx Pose. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders, hands straight out in front of you. Press the toes into the mat so the legs are engaged. Press the pelvic bone into the mat. Trying to give a little bit of length in your lower back. Stretch the chest forwards, relax the shoulders away from the ears. And take 3 really deep breaths here in Sphinx Pose. Once you've done your 3 breaths, take the hands underneath the shoulders and release the body back down to the mat. Tuck the toes. Take the hips back towards the heels into child's pose, really stretching the fingers forwards as you reach the sit bones back, really lengthening through the spine. Then pressing down through the fingers, really spread the fingers wide, come up onto your knees. And then do some little circles around the wrists, just gently massaging into the wrists. Making those circles small to start with, and then take them larger and larger and larger until your sit bones are going back towards your heels and your shoulders coming forward of your wrists. And then come back to neutral and take the circles in the other direction. Little circles to start with, taking them larger and larger and larger until the shoulders are coming right forwards and the hips are going right back. and then coming back to neutral. Tuck the toes, press up into the first downward dog of class. And because it's the first one, let's have a wiggle and a jiggle here. So maybe stretching your chest through towards your thighs, maybe pedaling through the legs, so dropping one heel as you bend the opposite knee, and then pedaling to the other side. Maybe stretching down the side body or dropping the hips down towards the mat. Move in whatever way you feel you need to move your down dog tonight. And then float the left leg up towards the ceiling. Take a nice big inhale here. And then flip your dog. So we're bending at the knee, we're taking the leg behind us and lifting our left arm up off the mat so that our left arm is reaching up towards the ceiling and our hips are facing up towards the ceiling. Excellent. Nice big deep breath here. Then we flip our dog back the other way. Take the left hand back down and reach the left toes up towards the ceiling. Bring that foot forwards, all the way forwards between the hands, giving it a little tug if you need to. And then this time moving into more of a balance. So inhaling as you come up, hands to heart center. Then as you exhale, pull the tummy muscles in. Take the torso forwards, lift it up to warrior three. Nice big inhale here. And then as you exhale, bend the knee and kiss the back toe back down to the mat. Doing everything with control. So take a nice big inhale here. Pull the tummy muscles in. As you exhale, take the torso forwards and lift up the back leg, stretching the toes away from you, squeezing all the muscles around both legs. Take a nice big inhale here. Exhale, pull the tummy muscles in, bend the front knee, kiss those toes back down towards the mat. Excellent, last one. Nice big inhale. Exhale as you take it forwards, lifting the back toes, squeezing everything in and up. Nice big inhale here. On an exhale, squeeze it all in, bend the knees, kiss the toes back down to the mat. Good job. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands down to frame the front foot and step the back foot forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll it all the way up to the top. Reaching up, looking up. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Excellent, other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forwards. Nice big bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, long back, long neck. Exhale, fold. Nice big bend in the knees. Right leg this time, take it back. Inhale, the arms up above the head. Exhale as you come into cactus arms, really strong legs. Inhale the fingers up. Exhale the elbows down into cactus arms. Good. Inhale the fingers up. Exhale, arms into cactus. Inhale, fingers up. Exhale, arms into cactus. Inhale, fingers up. Exhale, float them down to frame the front foot. Step it back to plank. Hips are nice and low. Stretch the chest forwards. Hold plank for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Drop the knees. Drop the chest and the chin and scoop it forwards into our Sphinx Pose. So bring the hands forward, elbows underneath the shoulders. Lengthen the lower back by pressing the pelvic bone into the floor. Press the toes into the floor, engage the legs. Squeeze all the muscles around those legs. Then stretch the chest forwards as you pull the elbows back towards your hips. Relax the shoulders away from the ears. Lengthening and curving through the spine. 3 deep breaths here. And then once you've done your 3 breaths, release your body down to the mat, take the hands underneath the shoulders, and then press back into child's pose, stretching the fingers forwards as you stretch the sit bones back towards the heels. Lengthening the spine from end to end as much as you can. 3 nice deep breaths here. Then once you've done your 3 breaths, come up to tabletop. So, hands and knees. This time, instead of circling through the wrists, we're going to circle through the hips. So imagine like you have a tail and you're trying to draw a circle with that tail. Nice big circles. Just drawing a circle with your tailbone. We'll do a few one way. And then we'll do a few in the other direction. And then once you've done your few, tuck your toes and press it up to our downward facing dog. So this time in down dog, we'll take a nice big inhale as we come up onto our tiptoes. And then exhale, stretch your heels towards the floor, but it doesn't matter whether your legs are straight or bent. Inhale, stretch up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, encourage the heels towards the floor. Inhale up onto the tiptoes. Exhale, encourage the heels down towards the floor. Then as you inhale, float the right leg up towards the ceiling. Bend at the knee and we're going to flip our dog. So take your foot over the top of your dog and drop it down behind you. Lifting the right arm up to the ceiling, lifting the hips up to the ceiling. Excellent. Nice big deep breath here. And then flip your dog back the other way. Take the right hand down, stretch the right foot up towards the ceiling. And then bring it all the way forwards and pop it down on the mat, in between the hands. Inhale the arms up above the head. And then exhale, bring the hands to heart center. And we'll do our warrior 3 balance on this side. So take a nice big inhale, really make the legs strong. Feel your toes and your feet pressing into the mat. On an exhale, pull the tummy muscles in, lean the torso forwards, and gently lift the left leg up off the mat. Nice big inhale here. And then as you exhale, bend the knee, pull everything in, kiss the toe back down to the floor. Good, inhale here. Exhale as you take the torso forwards and lift the back foot. Inhale here. Exhale as you bend the knee and drop the toe back down onto the mat. Good, one more, nice big inhale. Exhale, take it forward, squeeze everything in and up. Inhale here. And then exhale, bend that front knee, pull the tummy muscles in, kiss that toe back down to the mat. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, hands down to frame the front foot. And then step that back foot forwards. Inhale, halfway lift, long back, long neck. Exhale, fold. Inhale, take it all the way up to the top. Reaching up, looking up. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Brilliant stuff. I'm going to move down onto the floor and do some side plank things now. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward, nice big bend in the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, long back, long neck. Exhale, fold. Step back with the left, step back with the right. Drop the knees down to the mat, and then come down to however you like to sit while I explain the next bit. So we're going to do a few different movements here. Some will be on our elbow and some will be on our hand. And it's all really about building balance and strength in our practice. So the first bit's on our elbow. Now you can do these a variety of ways. We can do them with the legs out long if you really want to, or you can do it with the bottom leg on, so you're resting on your knee. So if we're doing it with our knee on the ground, then essentially we're lifting the hips up, dropping them back down, lifting the hips up, dropping them back down. If you want to do it with long legs, sometimes this is easier to be on your hand as opposed to your elbow, or if you're comfortable on your elbow, you can do on your elbow. Exactly the same thing, stagger the feet, we're dropping the hips down, we're lifting them up. So whichever one you are choosing, and you might feel more comfortable with the top leg forwards, you might feel more comfortable with the top leg back, so play around with that too. We're just going to lift the hips up 3 times. You can also go somewhere in between, so the bottom leg can be out long but on the floor, and lift the hips from there. So pick your preferred leg position. If you don't like being on your elbow, you can also be on your hand, that makes it a little bit harder. Stagger your feet or support with your bottom leg, and we're going to do 3 hip lifts. So take a nice big inhale, and then exhale, lift the hips straight up to the side. And then exhale them back, inhale them back down. Exhale, squeeze them up. Inhale them back down. Exhale, squeeze them up. Inhale them back down. Good. Then everybody come down onto your elbow. This time we're going to do a twist. So you can have your knee bent, same as before. Lift the hips up, lift the right arm up. We're going to twist underneath the body for 3. If you want to do it with your legs out long, again, you can do it with your legs out long. So take your preferred leg position. Nice big inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach the right arm up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, twist. Good. Drop the hips down and have a little rest. If you'd like to really challenge yourself, the last one, there's 2 options. We're going to move up onto our hand as opposed to our elbow. Either hold plank, side plank for the count of 3. So if we're holding full side plank, legs are out long and the right arm is reaching up towards the ceiling. If side plank is already in your practice and you want to have a little test of something new, then press down through the top leg, stretch out the bottom leg. You're going to crunch that bottom leg up, stretch it back, crunch it up, stretch it back for 3, okay? So it's up to you. We either crunch the bottom leg or we just hold side plank for 3. 3 breaths, that is. So come up into your side plank. And then nice big inhale. If you're crunching, exhale, crunch. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, crunch. Good. Come back down. Swivel around on your hips to the other side. And we'll do the other side. So starting on the elbow. You can either have the bottom leg on the floor, the top leg stretched out long, or you can have both legs out long. 3 hip lifts. So nice big inhale. Exhale, lift those hips up as high as you can. Inhale down, exhale, lift them up. Inhale down, exhale, lift them up. One more, inhale down, exhale, lift them up. Good, calm down. This time, either on your elbow or in your hand, it's up to you. Either with your bottom knee down or with your legs out long. 3 twists. So choose your preferred position. Inhale, take it up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, twist. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, twist. Take the hips back down, have a little rest. So the last one is our crunch. So you can either hold plank for 3 breaths or crunch the bottom leg up towards your arm for 3. So place the hand down. Really engage the top leg if you're doing the crunches, so the whole of your foot is on the floor. If you're just holding plank, stagger your feet, lift your hips up as high as you can. So take a nice big inhale. If you're crunching, exhale, crunch. Inhale, stretch the leg. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, stretch the leg. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, drop the hips down towards the mat. Either bring your legs so they're crossed or take them out in front of you in a wide leg, whichever's more comfortable. Take a nice big inhale and then exhale, reach the hand over towards the left, stretching out down the whole right side of the body. 3 nice big deep inhales here. Once you've done your 3 inhales, switch it over to the other side, stretching out down the whole of the side body. And 3 nice big inhales here, keeping that armpit open towards the ceiling. Excellent. Then come up to center. Right, we're going to do another flow before we move into the next bit. So coming back up to standing, make your way to the tops of the mats. Inhale, arms up, look up towards the ceiling. Exhale, come into your chair, bring the hands to heart center. Nice big inhale at heart center. Exhale, twist around to one side, hooking the elbow over the knee. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist one way. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist the other way. One more each side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, fold. 3 deep breaths in your forward fold. Once you've done your 3 deep breaths, step the left leg back, drop the heel down, and then windmill the arms open to warrior 2. Stretching the fingers apart from one another. Nice big bend in the front leg. Engage the arms, pull the tummy muscles in, reach the head up towards the ceiling and gaze out over the front fingertips. 3 deep breaths here. Once you've done your 3 breaths, windmill the arms forward to frame the front foot, coming onto the toes of the back foot so you don't tweak the knee. Keep the left hand on the mat, reach the right arm up towards the ceiling into a twist. Really squeeze the inner thighs towards one another to give you extra balance. Good. Nice big inhale here. Squeeze everything in as you exhale and you come back to your warrior 2. Nice big inhale here. Then exhale, bring it back forwards, twisting on that back toe into your twist. Inhale, take it back through into your warrior 2. Inhale in your warrior 2. Exhale as you twist. This is the last one. Inhale here. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another. Exhale back up into your warrior 2. Good. Exhale. Windmill the hands around to frame the front foot, coming onto the toes of the back foot. Step it back to plank. From plank, knees, chest, chin, or come down to chaturanga. Into cobra or upward facing dog. Engage the legs. Exhale the body back down to the mat. tuck the toes, take the hips back towards the heels, but this time press it straight up into your downward facing dog. Nice big inhale here. Just a couple of stabilising breaths before we move into the next bit. This time, float the left leg up behind you. Bring it forwards, place it between the hands, ground down through the back foot. Windmill the arms up to warrior two on this side. This time, straighten the front leg. Flip the palms so they're facing the side of the mat. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, come into triangle. Legs stay exactly where they are, just pivoting from the hips. Inhale in triangle. Exhale, back up. Inhale up. And then exhale back into triangle. Pull the tummy muscles in. Inhale back up. Then exhale back into triangle. Good. Really pressing down through those feet. Inhale back up. Take the palms down to face the floor and take that bend in the front knees. We're back into warrior two. Good. Relax those shoulders away from the ears. Twisting onto the back toes. Windmill the hands around to frame the front foot. And then step the back foot forwards. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring it up into chair. Arms up above the head. Check in with the knees, make sure they're level. Make sure you can see the toes in front of the knees. Drop the hips down a little bit deeper. Open the chest up, look forwards. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, press the ground away and bring the hands to heart center. Beautiful. Other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale down into your chair, hands to heart center. Take a nice big inhale at center. Exhale, twist around towards the right, hooking the elbow over the knee. If you can and it's in your practice, open the arms out. The left arm reaches down towards the floor, the right arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Nice deep breath here. Nice big inhale. On an exhale, close the hands back to heart center. Inhale through center. Exhale to the other side. Open the arms if it's in your practice. This time the left arm reaches up, right arm reaches down. On your next inhale, bring the hands back to heart center. On an exhale, come back to chair. Inhale in chair, exhale fold. 3 deep breaths in forward fold. Then inhale, halfway lift, and then step the right foot back, dropping the heel down as you exhale, and then inhale, windmill the arms open to warrior two. So we'll do our twisty thing on this side. So first of all, get really strong legs, really press down through the feet. Nice big inhale as you stretch the fingers apart from one another. And then exhale, we twist on the back toes. Drop the right hand to the mat, reach the left arm up. Inhale here, exhale, squeeze it all in and up, coming back to your warrior two. Inhale at warrior two, exhale, twist. Coming onto the toes of the back foot to reaching the left arm up towards the ceiling. Nice big inhale here. Squeezing the thighs towards one another as you twist it back up. One more. Inhale at warrior two. Exhale, twist it down. Inhale it here. And then exhale to twist it back open into your warrior two. Good. Windmill the hands to frame the front foot. Step it back to plank. Hips nice and low. Chest reaching forwards. and hold. Good. And then either knees kiss chin or come down through chaturanga into your cobra or your upward facing dog. Stretch the chest forwards. Nice big deep breath here. Exhale everything back down to the mat. Take the hips back towards the heels into your downward facing dog. Into your child's pose. Said the wrong thing, sorry. Reach the fingertips forwards. Stretch the sit bones back towards your heels. Then grounding down through the hands. Now we can come up into our down face dog. So tuck the toes, take the hips up towards the ceiling. And have 3 deep breaths in your downward facing dog. Inhaling up onto your toes. Exhale, encouraging those heels down towards the mat. Doesn't matter whether your knees are bent. Inhale up onto your tiptoes. Exhale, encourage the heels down to the mat. Inhale up onto tiptoes. Exhale, encourage the heels down towards the mat. Float the right foot up behind you. And then bring it forwards and place it between the hands. And we'll do triangle pose on this side. So start by windmilling up to your warrior 2. Straighten out the front leg. Really ground down through the feet so the feet are strong. Squeeze the inner thighs towards one another so your legs can stay exactly where they are. Really stretch the fingers apart from one another. Palms face forwards. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, pivot from the hips into triangle pose. Legs stay exactly where they are. Inhale back up. Exhale down into triangle. Inhale up. Exhale down into triangle. Good. Inhale up. This time, windmill around to frame the front foot. Step forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale up into your chair. Hips nice and low. Open the chest up. Look straight ahead of you. Arms up above the head. Nice big inhale here. Exhale, press it up, hands to heart center. Good stuff, well done. So now we'll do a little balance. It's up to you what kind of balance you'd like to do. A balance can be as simple as something like warrior 3. It could be tree. You fancy balancing in tree. And again, your foot can be on your calf, could be on your ankle, or it could be closer up on your inner thigh. You might wish to do a balance laid on the floor. So something like a shoulder stand, rolling your knees in towards your chest, in towards your forehead to start with, supporting the back, and then taking those toes up towards the ceiling, pulling everything in and rotating the thighs outwards. Whenever you're doing shoulder stand, always keep your head in line with your spine and look straight up towards the ceiling. You might want to do crow pose if you fancy throwing in a crow today. You can do whichever balancing pose you like. If you'd like to do crow, hands are shoulder width apart. You want to get your shoulders or your knees as close to your shoulders as you can. Coming up onto your tiptoes, press the hands into the mat, squeeze the elbows towards one another, and gradually rock yourself forwards, taking your toes up off the mat. So do whatever balancing pose you fancy this evening. If you fancy a tree, do a tree. Good crow, Mia. Beautiful stuff. Got some freestyling going on, I like that too. And obviously, even when we balance, we move. That's the beauty of being human. You have to move even if you're in perfect balance. You could also have a go at side crow if you fancied side crow. Coming into a squat and then moving your hands around the side. Lots of things that can be done. If you're doing a one-sided pose, stretch to the other side and do the other side. If you're in tree, you need to check that both sides can balance. If you're doing your, not so balanced on this song. If you're doing your freestyling, you need to do your freestyling. Looks like Nia's completely upside down now. See, look at that. We can even dance whilst we're in balance, stood on one leg. Good job. Okay, so whatever pose that you decided to throw shapes in this evening, gently come out of that pose. And then we'll all meet everybody together. You can throw out a little malasana on the way down if you like, but we'll all meet sat on our mats. Feet hip width apart, knees nice and bent, sitting on our sit bones. From here, arms straight out from the shoulders, palms facing each other. You can either hold low boat like this, literally just lifting the heels off the mat and coming onto the tiptoes. If you want to take it further, then take the toes completely off the floor. If you want to take it further, then bring your shins parallel with your arms, so the shins are parallel with the ceiling. If you'd like to test yourself a little bit further, you can take both toes up towards the ceiling. Or if you prefer a moving boat, then come back to shins parallel, take one leg out long, squeeze it back up, take the other leg out long, squeeze it back up. One side, squeeze, the other side, squeeze. One more each side, squeeze, the other one, squeeze. And drop the feet down, roll your torso over your legs, take 3 deep breaths, folded over your crossed legs. Then rolling yourself back up, come back into your boat pose, balancing on our sit bones this evening. So either onto your tiptoes, or lift your toes off the floor, or take the shins parallel. This time, we're going to do little pulses. So stretch out a little bit towards low boat, and then pulse it in, give it a squeeze. Take it out, squeeze it in. Inhale it out, exhale, squeeze it in. 2 more. Then cross your feet the other way. If you're not sure which way that is, it's the way that feels uncomfortable. And then roll yourself forward and take 3 deep breaths. Then the last one for boat. Take the shins up parallel, or hover the toes, or you can have the toes on the floor. Whichever version suits you best. This time, reach the hands up, exhale, twist the arms to one side. Inhale up, exhale, twist. Inhale up, exhale, twist. Pull the tummy muscles in. Inhale up, exhale, twist. Inhale up, one more each side. Exhale, twist. Inhale up, exhale, twist. Good. Take the toes down, roll yourself all the way back onto the mat, hug the knees in, and give yourself a hug for a job well done. Then take right hand on right knee, left hand on left knee, and just circle through the hips. Nice big circles. And then take those circles in the other direction. And place the feet down on the mat. Take the feet nice and wide as your yoga mat, and windscreen wipe the knees from one side to the other. Just gently windscreen wiping from side to side. Moving the body as fast or as slow as feels good for you this evening. Stretching the knee away from you as you get to the bottom of the movement to really stretch down the whole of the side body. Excellent. And then once you've done both sides equally, then come back to center. And depending on how you feel like you want to be stretched, either move into bridge pose, lifting the hips up off the mat, pressing the hands down into the mat, lifting those hips up as high as you can, squeezing the glutes, squeezing the inner thighs, and if you want to do the bind the fingers and roll onto the outside edges of your shoulders, really lifting those hips up. If you don't feel like you need a back bend, if you feel like you would prefer to lengthen the spine, then take the feet up towards the ceiling, bringing the knees as close to your armpits as you can. Reach up for the feet and come into happy baby. Trying to lengthen your spine on the mat. So trying to get it as flat on the mat as possible. Reaching the shoulders down onto the mat, reaching the tailbone down onto the mat, pulling the knees in towards your armpits. Whichever one you've chosen, whatever your body felt that it needed this evening. Hold it there for 6 deep breaths. If you're in bridge, release the hands and gently roll the spine back down onto the mat. If you're in happy baby, gently release the feet and bring them back down onto the mat. Then we'll all do a twist. So take the arms straight out from the shoulders. Lift up the hips, scoot them over to the right and pop them back down. Then hug the knees into the chest and roll them over to the left, looking out over your right shoulder. Make your right shoulder as heavy as you can so it's reaching down towards the mat. And then make your right knee as heavy as it can, reaching across the body. And then take 3 really deep breaths here, trying to release any tension in the body. So if anywhere is gripping, give it a little squeeze on your inhale. And then see if you can release that tension on the exhale. Then bring the head back to center on your next inhale. Pull the tummy muscles in on your exhale and roll the hips back onto the mat with the feet coming down last. Straighten yourself up. Lift up the hips, then scoot them over to the left this time and pop them back down. Hug the knees in towards the chest and roll the knees over to the right. Make your left shoulder as heavy as you can. So the left shoulder is reaching down to the mat. And if it's in contact with the mat, then glue it down. Make the left knee really heavy. So the leg is pulling away from the back, getting the maximum twist in your spine. Looking out over your left shoulder, let the body be really heavy. Take a few breaths here. Again, if there's any areas of tension left in the body, give it a squeeze. And then see if you can release that tension on your exhale. On the exhale, pull your tummy muscles in and roll your hips back onto the mat with the feet coming down last. Straighten yourself up and then we'll come into final Savasana. So you can either keep your feet on the mat, mat width apart, and let your knees roll in. That's particularly good if there's any lower back pain or active sciatica. Or if you're comfortable to do so, take the legs out long and let the feet fall open. Arms down by the sides, tuck the shoulder blades underneath the torso and make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can be laid here on the floor. Just let the body settle. There are some parts of class tonight that were quite challenging. So just let your body have this moment before you go about whatever comes for you this evening. Regaining your balance as you are completely supported by the ground beneath you. Every part of you supported by the ground. Let yourself be really heavy, giving into gravity. Heels are pressing into the mat, heavy. Calves are heavy, pressing into the mat. The backs of the thighs are heavy, pressing into the mat. The glutes and the back of the pelvis, the coccyx bone, is heavy, pressing into the mat. Sense the length of your spine and its natural curves. Feel the places of your spine that are heavy as they press into the mat. The hands are heavy, pressing down. Forearms heavy, pressing down. Elbows heavy, pressing down. Upper arms heavy, pressing down. Shoulders heavy, pressing down. Neck is suspended, soft. Back of the skull is heavy, pressing down into the mat beneath you. Let your body be really heavy. And then just watch your breath come and go as it flows in and out. And then wherever you've wandered off to, bring your awareness back to your body and start to think about moving. Maybe a single finger or toe, maybe circling through the wrists or the ankles, or rolling the head from side to side. Maybe stretching from your fingertips all the way down to your toes. Or maybe you feel like hugging the knees into the chest. Move your body in whatever way it wants to move. And then when you're ready, roll over onto your side, make your way up to seated. And you can be smug in the fact that you've done a whole hour of yoga this evening. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat. I hope to see you soon.